What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 45 of my Total Warhammer 3 Boris Ursus and RuinousInsight campaign. So as we saw last time, the Temple of Heimkel survives yet again as Boris leaves the realm of Slaanesh and destroys Aedic's army, and I believe the main army of the Bearsunlings at this point, if they're willing to go for peace, yeah, they're pretty screwed. If Boris can now take the Frozen Landing and the rest of these territories, the faction will be dead for good, though I don't know whether we'll be easily able to hold on to these. At the very least, it will give us the opportunity to push through here and connect our territories with Kislev and create a little extra buffer that we have, though the vampires are still going to be an issue. Now, if we were able to also destroy the vampires, that would be swell, but it would mean keeping Boris from the north where all of our other enemies are coming from, which is also kind of an issue, or kind of iffy in my opinion. I'll have to think about that one. We're still under siege in several locations, however. Uragni is moving up to try to attack the two full besieging stacks of Greece's Goldtooth at the gates of Tzar. There's also this little army over at the Tzar Nagrund, and it's a pretty decent long-range army that Uragni would be able to destroy easily, but while Tzar Nagrund is not going to sally out into that because, well, obviously they're just a garrison, they have no leading lord to buff them, and their army is not quite equivalent. Otherwise, I believe we're good this turn. We're still trying to confederate the frickin' Kislevites, the main Kislevites, but it just hasn't been happening. They've lost all their armies, and we got plus 400 to their plus 400 to our reputation with them, and they're still like, nah. Oh, also, we left off last episode with an Ataman question, and the only thing here is, what are our main money-making provinces? So we've got Zornuskul and the Blasted Wastes, both of which have Atamans, unless I'm mistaken, yes? Oh, the Blasted Wastes does not, even though it makes a lot of our cash? Oh, nice, okay. Well then, Blasted Wastes, we're gonna go for you. Spartak Lopatin, you have plus 5 money generation, and that's really, I think, the only thing that matters out of this stuff. I would have preferred plus 10. How quickly do Atamans get replaced, I wonder? Actually, I'm also curious. We've got a plus 5 here, plus 10, plus 15 here, although I'm willing to bet that the yeah, so you got plus 10, and then you got another plus 5 upgrade there, whereas you started with a plus 5, and so did you. Yeah, finding another plus 10 or a plus 15 seems fairly unlikely. Alright, let's just go for Spartak Lopatin then. Right here. Alright, there you go. Watch him get replaced by somebody better. No, okay, no, we're good. We're good. There we go, and that's our 4th Ataman, which is always nice. Also, this place will actually be making even more money soon as we upgrade stuff. I'd upgrade this right now, but the 8k is a little bit steep considering we could go negative again. Then again, it'd still not be a bad time to do it. You know what, let's do these upgrades now, especially as we'll then get the increase in money. We should be able to make a decent amount of cash out of destroying these armies. As long as we don't go super negative, we'll be okay. Plus, if this army is destroyed within the next couple turns, or deleted within the next couple turns, we can make a lot of our money back. Though we will now be going an extra, like, minus 600 negative. We should also be able to save some with Boris and stuff, because Boris is about to take the Frozen Landing, and that should help generate some more money, I hope. Alrighty, well, hopefully that all works out. Otherwise, I think we are good for this turn. Let's skip the rest of this. And building Hero Not Moved, I believe that's good. Hopefully these guys don't attack right before Uragni does. Let's find out if that occurs or not. Go, go, go. Oh, and we also took Help It. While the turn is ending, this is the 45th episode and yet another 5th episode in the series, so I just like to I just like to remind you guys not to forget to drop those likes and comments if you've been enjoying this particular Let's Play and want to see it updated more often, all that sort of stuff. Let's get back to it. Let's see, you want a military alliance. I'm just wondering, Scrag is here. They're probably, to be honest, they're probably going to destroy you. I'm just thinking that we probably should ignore this. Vissenland is relatively safe just by virtue of the fact that they're right at the edge of the map. But you, my friend, yeah, you're not worth it. Sorry. I obviously don't want all of our allies to get destroyed because we've been getting quite a decent amount of use out of our Imperial assets in our armies. Musterer for Beledna, that's great. Subtle Torture destroyed. Settlement Besiege the Howling Waste, the Tower of Grief. That's not unexpected. Oh, this pathetic little army, really? What's the garrison like here? Oh, it's pretty trash, but it might be enough to destroy this. Wait. Winds of Pain, that's great. Oh yeah, this prevents us from recruiting more units. I feel like we're not gonna get a better opportunity to actually try to destroy this, especially as there's another army coming up. Oh, you're gonna hit Pig Barter, aren't you? I guess it really depends on what is in here. If it's just nothing but gobos, might be able to hold off. Man, lots of armies coming out of everywhere. Urogny has his work cut out for him in the sense that he's got a lot to do and not a lot of time to do it. Looks like Greasus is not attacked and Urogny can hit him. I would like these things to at least get another one though. I think our best bet is to go to replenish troops. Oh, you just barely can't reach. Damn, okay, wait. You are going to move very slightly right here. I want you to be able to replenish your troops here. And then you can go back into ambush. Alright, beautiful. Alright, and that'll max out the replenishment. Yeah, we really needed that replenishment. The fact that they were able to assassinate our Patriarch within our army was a huge point of annoyance. Also, you don't have a talisman still. Was I not going to give you... Okay, not the talisman of preservation. We were keeping a few items around, including a bunch of Dawnstones and... well, I think we had another talisman of protection somewhere. Oh, we have another Seed of Rebirth. Got a lot of decent items. Oh, and we got Warrior Banes as well. You have the Tormentor Sword. I was about to give you the Warrior Bane to, you know, give you more aura buffs. You hit hard because of your Obsidian Blade, and I think you can keep that for now. Alrighty, let's just give you the cheap Dawnstone for now. We should get rid of that Featherfoe Torque, but I don't think we have anything to combine it with. Yeah, take the Dawnstone, I guess. Although, wait, you are being held by Beledna Gospel. What are you using? You're using a Star Iron Ring, okay. Yeah, well, let's take the Dawnstone for now, and if we have to, you know, swap it around a little bit, we'll do that. Okay, Potion of Toughness. I'd also like to get rid of the Pigeon Plucker Pendant, but I don't see anything. You know what, let's remove the Potion of Foolhardiness and the... Where are you? And the Featherfoe Torque. These are both useless views. Give us another Armored of Silvered Steel. I'm not a big fan of these, even though a few units do want armor. I feel like we could upgrade this to something blue and might get something better out of it, so let's do that. If this was a Slaneshi faction, I'd keep the Armor of Silvered Steels, but yeah, let's do that. This gives a Sword of Bloodshed. No, a Frost Shard Armor. Frost Shard Armor is pretty trash, to be honest. Barely better than the Armor of Silvered Steel. Oh well. I love the Fencer's Blades and the Potions of Healing. We just don't have enough units to use them on. I want to also get rid of... one more thing. Spell Shield. Well, +5 melee defense isn't horrible. Obsidian Trinket. Let's get rid of you. No, I didn't mean to select... Oh, damn it. Take the Dawnstone back. My bad. Alright, let's get rid of the Spell Shield. Wait, no, let's get rid of the Obsidian Trinket, and let's also get rid of the... Where are you? Here we go, Pigeon Plucker Pendant. I guess we could use a Pigeon Plucker Pendant and a Featherfoe Torque together, but, you know, who's gonna use that many flying units? The AI certainly isn't, unless we're playing against High Elves. Fuse. Did you really give us back an Armor of Silvered Steel? Go to hell, game. Oh, that's so annoying. Man. It was funny though, so I'm not even mad. Alrighty, Boris, you have yourself a new territory to take, so you're gonna take it. Oh, you can just barely reach this, so if we were to stop on by and attack Zemo here, most likely we wouldn't be able to reach a Frozen Landing in one turn, so let's not risk it. And Kronos is coming up to attack the Temple of Heimkel yet again. Man, everybody really wants a Temple of Heimkel. If I had another army, I'd definitely park it here. You're probably gonna siege this, ain't you? And are you belonging to an actual... Yeah, you're belonging to the Scribes of Tzeentch. So an actual proper Tzeentch faction. Uh-oh. Hopefully they don't start hitting our important territories with that stupid Tzeentch trade units ability, or trade buildings ability, or trade territories ability. You know what I mean. Also, you are maxed out now, so we can freely add the rest of the points to you. Let's give you Assassinate. I really doubt they're going to be using it. But you're not going to leave the army, so... I mean, it would be nice to, you know, like, wander around and use Steel Tech before attacking, but the thing is, the chance that you die is... Actually, it's 100%, isn't it? I shouldn't have done that. We could have actually used that. Nah, whatever, too late. And then you might not actually fail like Beledna the Failure. Why did I go Assassinate? That's a lot even less likely to be used. Okay, you're also level 50, so you can get Specialist. Damage building is completely useless, though. Wound and Hinder Replenishment. Honestly, I don't like either of these, but there's nothing else to get anyway. Oh well. Alright, Boris. I suppose by not having you have that, well, I mean, we can still steal tech, it's just not going to be as effective. Anyway, time to attack the frozen landing. Do we actually need to fight this? That's the question. I would like to skip this and to attack Uragni's foes, because he's got cinematic battles coming in. Oh, I forgot, we gotta re-dodge it up. Dodge, please. Yes. There we go, very nice. That puts our income back to positive, though not by much. Oh, actually, that was by much. Huh, okay, never mind. Also, what do we still have here? Oh, the Realm of Chaos gives us income plus 10%, so we'll lose that, which is unfortunate. And anything else? Well, there's some useful stuff in there. Let's see. Beledna Gospodar, Beledna Golovek. Actually, Gospodar, you can move next turn. And this is going to cost us more money per turn as well, but, you know, it's pretty necessary, I think. I also do want to get you some Zargard, and by some, I mean a ton of Zargard, but we can't actually build them from anywhere anymore. I guess we deleted that building. We'll need to rebuild one. I suppose we could build it here, but I think the obvious first thing to do here is to build the breastworks. We might actually... I might actually later on delete the caravans and replace them with just military buildings here, because, let's face it, Prague shouldn't need to build any military buildings, whereas you absolutely could. Also, how are you guys for that Confed minus 17? Yeah, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. We don't have enough cash to give you for that. Allied recruitment, no. I guess we could recruit another one of these units just to fill out the army for now. It basically has no melee line, but, you know, these guys cost too much. Yeah, you know what, let's just get a cheap Kossar to at least have the full stack here, and then we'll build the military building to replace either the smithery or possibly even the road here. And yeah, we're collecting income, although 600 income is also not something to sneeze at, to be fair. And it's nice to have the little Grom construction and the bonus income here, but once again, I still think that we probably want to replace you. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see. So that's you, Boris. You're ready to attack. Beledna, you're good. Wait, Beledna, the critical failure, however, is not so good. Can you reach Novkazi from here? I think you're just barely short of being able to reach it. I can't see the red arrow, but I think it's under the... Oh, you can reach it, but you failed, because, well, you know who you are. And by failing, that decreases the hero success chance. Alright, move to Siokhtrak, and then... What's your chance? Oh, you still got 4 turns of this. I mean, you could go back to Plesk. It's got 2 turns of this as well, though. Alright, go to Siokhtrak, and I believe, I guess it's time for Boris to attack. I wonder how much he'll heal. Now, the thing is, we're full of Slaaneshi corruption here. Should we just manually fight this real quick? It doesn't have walls anyway. So it'll still be reasonably quick, and I'm afraid of how much losses we take. You know what, fine, let's just quickly manually fight this. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. I'm gonna try to speed through it a little bit to try to get to those Uragni fights that I've been itching for. I want to see those guns fire again. Come on now. And they got 1 mammoth. Ugh, I don't like this map because it doesn't lend itself well to making good use of our little Groms, unfortunately. There's no real good positions to fire them. But oh well. It's all good. Now, you guys, let's see. Go up here, try to fire up there, if you're able to, maybe a little bit like that. And then you can do the same thing here, though I doubt you'll be too effective. The bears are going to split you, minus you, because you're already hurt. Let's do this, and then this. And then Zargard, same thing, here and here. You guys will go where you're needed most. Perhaps we'll split you. And then you guys, let's put you back here as well. I think last time what we did is 1 set here. Say group 4. And let's say you guys group 5 right somewhere. Here, I guess. I don't want them to be too close together, otherwise the AI will think, oh, these guys are working together. Also, what the hell? Who's this? Oh, never mind. I just placed those. Oh, man. Alright, start deployment. I got confused. Not so good with my directions. Alright, there's a tower up here, and I'm willing to bet that the little Grom's not going to be too effective at it. You know what? You, switch to the tower while the other one goes for the mammoth. You guys move up. Boris, get ready to charge the Mammoth. You know what? We'll use all three of you together, I think. Since it seems like the vast majority of the enemy is over on this side. You guys move up here, and let's send 2 sets of bears to you. And there we are. And look at little Grom's firing. That tower's gonna take a lot of shots to bring him down. You guys attack this. Keep your skirmish mode on. You guys move in and attack that with the skirmish mode as well. Gotta keep somewhat of an eye on them, though, as we've had some bad experiences in the past. You just destroy the tower now. Everybody else move in. Alright, how are these guys? Okay, let's send the little... wait, not the little Groms. You guys in. And... I hate how they run away. I hate it so damn much. Alrighty, Boris, move into those trolls. We'll have everybody else follow. You want to summon your cat? Why not? Summon could be useful right now. And away we go. Go for the trolls. Boris, follow along. And you guys all charge in. And then everybody else can follow along. There we go. And there we go. Little Groms. You know what? You can move up here. Start supporting this, I guess. Alright, you guys attack this. You guys attack that. And is the Mammoth coming back? And well, if it was, it would be here, and it isn't. Alright, you guys attack that Mammoth. How are you guys doing? You guys attacking this? Bob up right here, and attack that after. Nice. You are in. I want you to debuff the enemy. Oh, actually, the trolls are pretty much gone anyway. You can support these units back here. And little Groms, you're actually firing at something. You know what? Let's move you up. You know what? Actually, you're gonna move up here. Bears charge on through and get the heroes. We should probably do the same thing with Boris, to be honest. In fact, wait, let's summon you right here behind those enemies so that they have nowhere to run. You keep attacking the Mammoths. You guys go after those Marauders with great weapons. Try not to get caught, though. They'll most likely charge you. You are heavy, though, so if you like, you could charge them and probably do some decent damage. The only problem is their armor piercing. We'll see. As long as we keep paying attention, we should be okay. You guys keep attacking that. Boris, and you guys join in over here. Let's go for an Overcast Heart of Winter in the center of... Honestly, it's probably not worth it. Let's just go Nice Sheet. Just to use our passive. Are you guys really all being blocked by this garbage? Come on. It's a single unit of Marauder Spears. What are you doing? Zargard, you should be able to take care of this, no problem. Actually, speaking of Zargard, what we got going on over here? These guys are still freaking running away. I am so sick of the AI playing like this. It's just infuriating. You go here, and we need to heal some of our other bears, which is why I wanted you guys to join the fray, rather than what you were doing before. And you guys come in and cut the enemy in the back. You get ready to Patriarch it up, which is, well, you're Patriarchs, that's what you do. Boris, buff everybody with the stand your ground as soon as we get close enough, yes. And buff yourself, as well as a Shard Blade, couldn't hurt. You can use Death Frost on the Mammoth. Get a little bit of extra damage on it, and then everybody can attack it, I guess. You guys chase that stupid Marauder Spearman unit. You, little Groms, move here and then attack that. The tower, I mean. Although it'll get destroyed when he caps stuff. You guys keep shooting the Mammoth. Everybody else, I think, is good. We lost one War Bear, but that's not a huge deal. You keep moving and attacking those Marauders. How are we over on this side? Looking okay? In fact, those towers should pop shortly, so you guys can attack that. Oh, they have another Mammoth. Of course they do. You know what? You guys charge into melee here. And you guys all attack that. If you need to do anything else, you can hex the enemy lord. You could buff up... I don't really need to buff anybody up. We need another heal is what we need. Because a few more of our warbears have gotten hurt. Huh, are all of them here? I think some are on the other side. Alright, go here. You guys have gotten hurt. You're fighting something of a battle here. Oh, the Mammoth's gonna try to get the supply location back. But we want them to get less supply, so I guess just keep doing what you're doing. Alright, everybody good? And little Groms are now firing at, hopefully, the Mammoth and not our... Oh, damn, they're firing here. Alrighty, and also this means, I think, that we send our war sleds up here, not in melee, in range, to fight all this. Is the enemy lord shattered? Well, he's still fighting. Let's keep you guys go and attack this. And then you just kill the enemy lord. We'll have Boris chase him down. In fact, let's slow him down via a Nice Sheet. Alrighty, Mammoth's doing a good job at hurting our Zargard, so we are actually going to take some casualties here. You're good now, and the Mammoth decided to ignore you, so we're good here. You guys are not shattered, but I would like the bears to chase you down while the Zargard move on to the Marauder Hunters. You guys get ready to run from those Marauders. How are we doing up here? Oh, this unit caught us. Cute. Charge into melee, destroy it. Alrighty, next up, is the enemy lord shattered yet? No. And did I not tell you guys to move and destroy that mammoth? I guess it doesn't matter because it's gone. Oh, you were in range. Okay, we're fine. You guys keep firing at the mammoth. And you guys chase that. Everybody else move up. Boris, you're good. I'm actually shocked that the enemy hasn't completely routed yet. The mammoth is actually shattered, so... Oh, there it is. Alright, good enough. I'm not gonna wait too long to get one more heal in. Let's just heal this blob rather than waiting on this one. I'm sure they'll heal up. I mean, there's one badly hurt unit there, but, you know, one turn of healing should still favor us, by and large. And last heal, here we don't need one on Boris. You can use Anushka's Fingerbone if you are actually hurt, though it doesn't seem that you are. Down goes the Mammoth. And healing is done. Good. And battle. Alright, easy, and I'm definitely not worthy of a cinematic battle. 33 losses, and with pretty minor control or strategy. Plus, we've seen that particular map so many times at this point that I'm not big on repeating it unless there's a full stack in there plus the garrison. And like a good full stack, not like 20 units of, or 19 units of Marauder Spears. Not that that's not good against bears, mind you, just not good enough. Let's occupy the place. It'll be a Tier 4 settlement immediately captured. There you go. Enemy killed in battle, yada yada, province secured. You are going to keep your harbor, which is nice. I wish you had kept your breastworks, but fortunately Boris has the power of quick building it. Let's go Market Square, and then... I guess we have to build Night Patrol House, though we could build it in Temple of Heimkel, which would allow us to go for a farmstead and a hallowed forest. And the only problem is, well, first of all, you need to awaken the land. Also, wait, how much income are you going to collect? Some. Alright, awaken the land. We need to drop this down, and you currently have no way to actually do that, do you? So if we were to build a church, well, I guess the Hallowed Forest does do it for us, but then we wouldn't have a Night Patrol House. We could build a Night Patrol House here, but then considering that we are not going to build a church here, but another Market Square, that wouldn't do for us either. Yeah, I think we don't have much of a choice. We build a Market Square here, a Night Patrol House here, which means we have to build either a church or a Gospoda here. I mean, I suppose alternatively we could leave the Gospoda here and leave the Night Patrol House here instead. Although, considering... I mean, ultimately it's not going to change matters. We have to build this. Yeah, just do it now. Screw it. Screw it. And then I guess we will... I'm just thinking, maybe this is... -3 corruption really isn't that much, but... This also gives you -3 corruption. The only thing is, this gives you no public order bonus, and the church does, which makes it seem like it's probably more worth it if you're not building a farm there. Screw it, let's just build a church. Alrighty, there we go, that's good enough, and then this will have a market and... we'll keep the Gospoda for now. In fact, perhaps... No, we need the corruption. I was about to say build another Gospoda here, but no, just keep those for now. Yeah. Market, Gospoda, probably turn into church, because it's always going to be pretty corrupty here, because there's always going to be enemies coming in. Like, even if this is dropping heavily right now, it's only because Boris is here, and Kugath isn't here. You know they're coming in, with all their nonsense. Yeah. And, like, heroes and stuff. Characters. We definitely need negative corruption. Alright, you stay there. Hopefully we lose that trait while sitting in the frozen land, or at least hopefully we luck out with that. Next. What do we have? Urogny, you can't move this turn, so it's next turn, hopefully. Beledna, you are in a similar position right now. Other Beledna, you... Are you worthy of a cinematic battle? I mean, on the one hand, it's only 2 Stonehorns. On the other hand, your army is just absolute trash. You have no heroes, and you yourself would probably die if somebody looked at you. And the reinforcing army here is also kind of garbage. So I feel like we are fairly likely to take pretty heavy losses, which means perhaps it might be worthwhile. Let's upgrade Gust of True Flight to max, because it's the main thing that you'll be using here. And we were going to delete you anyway, right? Agent of Brutality, Upkeep Little Grom, and Sacker. Yeah, unlikely we'll be getting any use out of this. I mean, on the other hand, if we attack the... Wait, you're gonna go for Pig Barter anyway. You're not gonna go for the Tower Brief. No way. Alright, let's do this. Have a little cinematic battle. I mean, we might lose. We might very well lose this. I don't see how we'll be bringing down those stone horns. We don't have a single armor-piercing unit, do we? Not a single one. I mean, ranged armor-piercing. You're melee armor-piercing. Yeah, so this is still iffy. Alright, let's see if we can pull it off. Go. Alrighty, so from doing lots and lots of these battles against the Ogre Kingdoms that have lots of these stone horns, which are extremely tough units, when all we have is garbage and, well, just awful tier 1 basic units. The main thing I've learned is that there's a big difference on how you handle these armies when depending on the type of units that you have. So when you have trash units, your best bet is to kill everything but the stone horns first, because they're more susceptible to your arrow fire. Even Iron Guts with their 90 armor are still a lot easier to kill than the stone horns with their massive HP and their 110. Similarly with the Mournfangs there. On top of that, these guys lose units and thus continuously lose their damage output, while the Stonehorns maintain pretty much full damage output until they die. Well, minus fatigue, but the fatigue goes for everybody, so that's not really a comparable trait. Now, the difference is if you have a good army, like lots of Ice Guard or lots of Streltsy armor-piercing units, then you focus the Stonehorns first, as they're obviously the bigger threat. But in this case, we're going to pretty much ignore the Stonehorns, and though it looks like some arrows are hitting this one, they're actually all going for the Mournfangs over here. So we'll be targeting Mournfangs, we'll be targeting... Oh, the Bear's going to come up and distract the Stonehorn at the very least. We'll be also targeting the Iron Guts, and lastly, the Lord over here, who is fortunately a Slaughtermaster and not a Tyrant, and thus considerably more susceptible to arrow fire as well. So that, I think, is probably the best bet we have into dealing with this army as fast as possible. As we can see in the minute, or well, actually probably like 30 seconds that we've been engaged in battle, the enemy Lord is dropped by about half HP. He's also only level 2, so not all that problematic. The enemy Mournfangs are already broken, though they will obviously come back because they are not shattered, but we're still going to take a few shots and hit them in the back a few times while they can't use their Iron Fists to block those shots. In addition to that, we've been seeing a lot of this in various campaigns now, but mostly this one, using garbage units that are using garbage cav units like the Kislev Dervishes to lead enemies away as much as possible, and we're going to do that with the Gorgers, which are a very threatening unit, though they are also very susceptible to arrow fire by virtue of their lack of armor. But this, I think, is still the best use of the Kislev Dervishes. It's a very nice trade, in my opinion. Alrighty, looks like the Mournfangs are down to 8 units, though I wish more models had died, but we will continue our hitting of them with our arrows. The enemy Slaughtermaster is also running away at about 33% HP, though he is too fast for us to catch, while we change focus now to the Iron Guts over here to try to take them off the field while the enemy units come back in. As we can see, the Mournfangs, damn, the Mournfangs are huge. I mean, considering the distance, how well we can see them. They're going to charge back in, though more units are focusing them down, and they're going to break yet again just before hitting us, and lose a couple more models. So that's going nice. Our single unit of Tzar Guard over on this side of the map is starting to suffer a little bit, but the enemy Iron Guts are actually pretty much dead. At the very least, they're going to rout. The enemy Slaughtermaster's coming back in, but that's actually pretty good for us because it just means that we're going to be able to fire at him again with our arrows. On top of that, the enemy Stonehorn that was being distracted by the Elemental Bear took some damage there, and we've now set up a lot of range units to start focusing it down, for the reason that we don't need all of these guys to focus either the Mournfangs or the Iron Guts anymore, as this 1 or 2 units can handle those guys. So that's going pretty good. I do expect that this Stonehorn should be dead shortly, and the battle should be over fairly quickly at that. Although a lot of our own units will die to those arrows, just a bunch of corpses of our own units and the arrows there. It'll be worth it to bring down a Stonehorn. It is only a unit of Kossars after all. And you're gonna run away now, but I don't think it's gonna be good enough. Oh, this... oh, that one Kossar. Oh, did he really survive that? He did. He did. Isn't that lovely? Alrighty, so now there's one Stonehorn remaining with about 66%, maybe 70% HP of Mournfangs, which have come back yet again, but I don't think they're going to come back from this one. The enemy Lord is also now broken and down to about 5 to 10% HP, and I think now is the time to actually make use of our Kosovo Dervishes and have them kill the enemy Lord if our units don't chase him down. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this, I don't think I did. I actually hid our Ice Witch and our Patriarch in the forest over here so that the enemy Stonehorns couldn't go after them and, you know, prance through our battle lines, killing them. And I think that was probably the best decision. Or the right decision, rather. And there we go, and that's the prancing I was talking about. Last of the Mournfangs to go. There we go, down. I always find it weird how they stand up. And now he's floating in the air. I always find it weird how they stand up on the Mournfangs in the saddle to die, rather than just like slump over and fall over together. Seems a bit odd. Alrighty, and then there was one. Yeah, there we go. It looks like the Lord is getting away, but our Kosovo Dervishes are chasing him down. Looks like the Iron Guts are going to try to... Now they tried to come back, but they failed. Enemy Stonehorns now down to 1%, but pretty much our entire army is actually focusing them down at this point. Actually, kind of turned out to be an unnecessary battle, but hey, there have been a lot of these in this campaign. At the very least, it's a short one, so not a big deal. Man, just 1 or 2 units of Streltsy would have made this like 3 times faster. And there we go, down goes the Stonehorn. Well, actually it doesn't die, but it is gonna get down to, I don't know, maybe 10-15% HP. Pretty bad. Unfortunately for us, it does run through the forest here, which means the trees are gonna block a ton of arrows. We can see them smashing off of that tree and then landing right here. Curse you, tree. And then the last unit remaining on the field is that unit of Gorgers. We can see the enemy Lord has died over here via the Kosovo Dervishes. The Gorgers are, of course, unbreakable, so we actually do have to kill them. I'm gonna back everybody off a little bit, mostly because we want our arrows to actually shoot them. But this should be the easiest, as they are, once again, very susceptible to range fire. And now we can just watch them die. And we even left our Patriarch and our Ice Witch from the forest. Although we may not even need them, just judging by how quickly these guys are dropping. Yeah, the difference between the armor, man, 120 armor on those Iron Guts took like half the battle to like a minute, or actually probably like 2 or 3 minutes to actually bring down, whereas the Gorgers fall in about 20 seconds by comparison. So yeah, damn nice. Good job, everybody. It's a Pyrrhic victory perhaps, but well, actually I thought it went pretty well. In fact, let's just double check on the losses there, but let's see. Alright, that actually went better than I had thought it would, mostly because I think I hadn't considered the fact that the enemy Lord was a level 2. I mean, when we fought similar armies of this size, but there was a Scrag in it with his, like, level 39, that's a pretty big difference in terms of buffing the army plus his own power, whereas Mr. Gutflag was relatively useless, which kind of made the actual battle kind of unnecessary, but whatever. All good. You are going to, I think, replenish this time, because it may be that that this little army here actually goes for you rather than Pig Barter, mostly because your garrison is now pretty badly beat up and all you have left here is this garbage. And with that full stack, it's fairly likely that they'll be able to break through and destroy the Tower of Grief, especially as we don't have the palisade up, unfortunately. And, I mean, if we lose it, we lose it. I'd rather lose, I think, the Tower of Grief than Pig Barter, mostly because this has spices and the fact that there's a palisade already completed, so hopefully the other stuff doesn't die. Now, the Mines of Gorgoth absolutely needs to be upgraded. I don't want to lose that gold mine again, so let's start on that. Darkhold, let's upgrade you to the next level as well to hopefully get this up, although whether we can manage to do so before the enemy arrives is... well, we'll see. Otherwise, I don't think we want to spend any cash on that, especially as we're a little bit low on it. I do think that we need to destroy this little stone horn here, so let's do this. I wonder how much damage we'd take if we were to auto-resolve this. Hopefully it's not a ton. I'm gonna risk it. It's a badly damaged stone horn. Please don't be like 200 units dead.
Honor your motherland.
And it'll be, let's see, 0? Really? Okay, that's interesting. The auto-resolve is so weird. We definitely would have lost more if we had actually fought that. It would have died, but it would have at least gotten one charge in. I don't get you, game.
I deserve.
Oh, man. Okay, you guys keep recruiting some of this in case we need to relieve Pig Barter. I mean, if they siege... you know what? Build even more. If they siege us here, we'll just cancel them. If they attack directly at Pig Bar, or if they attack directly at Tower of Grief, we'll cancel. If they attack Pig Barter, then you can move into Reinforce. Granted, it'll be fighting outside the settlement, but the garrison here is a full stack. With the fact that this is mostly Gobos, although, oh wow, they're pretty nicely leveled. 34 melee attack on Gobos, pretty good. Yeah, it still would be a considerable number of Cossars to deal with them. Plus, just in case, you did level up, so let's give you... you know what? Against the giant pile of Gobos, Biting Wind would be pretty useful, though granted the armor piercing wouldn't be all that helpful. Swifting would be useless. Freezing Winds, I think, in this particular situation would be useless. Inspiring Presence is okay, and very useful, but I'm not sure whether it's worth our time right now. I guess the question is whether we want to upgrade Hailstorm, and my answer to that is yes. Because once again, if we fight Gobos with you, giant piles of Gobos are pretty susceptible to being Hailstormed. So I think that's the best use of that. Now, Beledna Gospodar, you can't move. I think that's the end of this turn. There might be some stuff to build somewhere. The only problem with that is that our money is in a precarious position yet again. Man, the economy in this particular Let's Play. Alrighty. You're coming in. We're at war with you, right? Yeah, you're gonna probably attack Hilpit. And the garrison here is trash right now. I'll watch him siege it, even though he has no chance to win, just to prevent us from getting stuff. I would not be surprised at all. But I would be annoyed. Also, now that Beledna has a full stack, it may be time to actually give her some of the items that we've been saving. And perhaps to Mitri as well. You have Disciplined, yes? Yes. This guy's absolutely gonna siege Prague, so somebody has to go here and deal with this. Prague's got a pretty damn solid garrison at this point. That's 6 Ice Guard and 7 units of Griffin Legion. Would it be enough to take this in the field? Maybe. You get a level 25 Herald. Well, I mean, if this army comes up to relieve this, then it would absolutely be enough. You guys are still unwilling, right? Yeah, 18. And we can't even trade them settlements. There are some factions where you can trade settlements in order to get the chance to confederate. Oh, wait. That's for vassalage, not for yeah, that wouldn't make sense if you could trade settlements and then confederate to take those back. What the hell am I talking about? Unassigned skill points, skip. Building upgrades, skip. Hero now move, skip. Let's end the turn. Let's see if anybody attacks anybody, but more importantly, let's see if Uragni is ready to get at least one of these fights going. Oh, wow. What is this? I thought there would be like 50 Stonehorns in here, Greasus. What the hell is this? Oh, but this is going to be such a fun-looking battle in terms of cinematics. Watching the Hellstorms and the little Groms and all the guns just mow down hundreds and hundreds of Gobos. Ah, that sounds like a glorious time. And in fact, I think Greasus might be so slow that he wouldn't be able to reach our battle line before being destroyed. Exciting times. Let's end the turn. Let's see. Watch him attack the Gates of Tsar now, even though he doesn't know that Uragni is there. And no, he doesn't. Okay, well then. 'Tis Uragni's time to shine. We've been waiting for this one. Let's skip this military alliance for you. You're rank 19 now, which is not too bad. Huh. Although you don't have any room for stuff. And you're one army away from losing stuff. And by stuff in this particular case, I mean your position. Huh. Do we do the alliance? And it can't hurt. Who are you gonna declare war on? We're already at war with everybody that hates us, and you're already... Yeah, you know what? Why not? Let's just do the military alliance. It'll be another ally and all this. Oh, Zungrim got a full stack. Oh, maybe he'll actually finally do some work. Wait, what? He's heading to this ruin in Wurzen rather than attacking this stuff? I mean, I suppose if he leaves us to take this stuff, it's not a huge problem, but I would at least like him to destroy the armies so they don't do nonsense up here. Alright, well, regardless, let's do that. Moonhowlers, you're gonna attack. Oh, damn, I wanted Uragni this episode, but if they're gonna attack straight up like this, we're gonna try this cinematically. I think we have no chance, mostly because we have no way to stop the Orc Boar Boys, but it would still be a pretty epic fight in my opinion, so let's lose the Tower of Grief with style. Perhaps it's a pretty apt name. And I'm just thinking about it that this particular campaign has a lot of aptly named settlements, doesn't it? The Tower of Grief and the Cursed City in Prague. Nah, all right, well, let's do this. One more. Alright, here we go. Maggot is back. I'm pretty sure we've defeated Maggot before in other battles, but I guess he's like, oh, maybe he's the leader of the faction? Perhaps. Perhaps. I've definitely seen Maggot before, unless they're all named Maggot. I wouldn't be all that surprised considering the name generator. Now, obviously, we don't have much of a chance to actually win this. If the enemy army was all Gobos, perhaps, but considering the amount of Boar Boy 7 or 8 units they have, it's a little bit too much for us to deal with. Not that these are, you know, super good units, it's just that our own units are trash, and look at our garrison units. They're basically non-existent. There's 10 Kossars left here with 800 HP. They'll basically all die instantly. Also, this map, I don't like this map. I'll say it pretty plainly. It's not a very good one in terms of being able to defend it well. This minor supply location, by virtue of the fact that this path is, well, non-existent, means that if you set up units here, they have to go all the way around to get back here. So a lot of running, and especially if they're getting chased down by Boar Boys, there's really no point in trying to defend this. So it's essentially an immediate minor supply location that goes to the enemy that you can't defend. Similarly, the central supply location that has all of the towers, 5 frickin' towers here, is also pretty much impossible to defend because there's so many paths into it. And yeah, we could have blocked off this path, and this path, but with who, right? We don't have any Zargard, except for the ones that have like 4 units in them, or 5, or whatever the number of units are. We have 1 Zargard unit. Actually, they have 29, it's not bad. But yeah, a single unit where our armored Kossars are down to 7 and 10. And really, we wouldn't be able to block all this off anyway. So this means that the minor supply location with the greatest amount of towers, and thus the greatest amount of chance to actually build stuff that does damage to the enemy, is not one that we can use because, you know, this will fall pretty quickly. This one is the best one to defend because it has all these choke points around it, but there's only 1 tower here, essentially, that will do anything. All the other towers, this one's way in the back here and will do absolutely nothing. There's another tower, it's also all the way back here, which will be doing absolutely nothing as well. I suppose what we could have done is we could have just ignored this as well and defended here, and here, but that also feels like quite a few choke points. And it will be even less towers, I guess. Only 2 here. Yeah, if this one didn't have all 5 of the damn towers, this map would be a lot better. If, for example, the center one. I really don't like the way that these things are locked in, but oh well. It's part of the game. Anyway, we're going to try to do as much damage as possible here. Our goal, considering that we're probably going to lose this, is to destroy as many of the Orc Boar Boy units as we can. This should cripple the army enough so that if it tries to siege another settlement, then it will not be able to break through the actual garrison there, and just by virtue of the fact that it primarily has Gobos, like regular Gobos. Although there's also the Goblin Shaman, which most likely will be just physically unable to kill. It's got 120 armor, and though we did earlier defeat a bunch of Stonehorns with that, it's got a lot of HP, plus it's a caster, and yeah, let's just say it's extremely unlikely. We'd need way too much we'd need way more focus, and honestly, we'd need way more units to be able to pull that off. Alrighty, well, the enemies are moving up through the choke point. We are sacrificing 1 unit of Kossars here, while the rest of our units try to move in. Oh, that was actually a nice shot that looked like it hit a bunch of units. Gonna get them across the bridge and then block off the bridge with some garbage units just to hold them off for as long as possible. The Zargard are also standing here sacrificing themselves so that we can get extra uses of our hailstorms down. And they're actually doing pretty good damage to the enemy Boar Boys, though unfortunately we're not actually getting as much use of our Kossars as I would have liked to. They're taking their sweet time to retreat, which does mean that they're not firing their arrows. Thus far, we haven't really been able to destroy any of the enemy units. We did lead one of them away via our Kosovo dervishes, as the tried and true tactic continues, but it's only one, and it's not going to make much of a difference here. We have a single arrow tower in the center, and that's pretty much all we can build. I suppose I could have just saved up money and not built these towers. I figured, well, more units are coming in, so we might as well have them fire at something. Plus, we got more units moving around here, but perhaps if this had gone into a magic tower or a piercing tower that uniquely focused the Goblin Shaman for the entire battle, maybe it would have done better. But, you know, I still wouldn't be holding my breath as to actually winning this particular battle. Not without a garrison that's, you know, not at 10% HP. Alrighty, it looks like the last of the Zargard and the Kossars that were left behind are just about dead. One of the Orc Boar Boys is nearly done for, and then a couple of the others are very, very badly beat up as well. Oh, another one of our Hailstorms coming down. I think most of the damage that our forces are going to be able to achieve throughout this battle is going to be from the Hailstorms rather than the actual units hitting them. I mean, that really did a number on those Boar Boys. A Hall of 4 is enough to survive. Hopefully the tower can at least take out one or more. I'm 90% sure that 4 is enough to survive if you have 60 left. I think it used to be you needed 10%, but it got lowered in this game. Maybe because of the addition of the ogres and the fact that they might constantly die. Otherwise, I do wonder what prompted them to make the decision. Well, either that or I'm crazy, and that didn't actually happen, but I'm pretty sure it did. Alrighty, and now they're breaking through into the proper area of our quote-unquote stronghold. We're also getting hit in the back by an enemy unit of Boar Boys over here. Then our Ice Witch and Patriarch are fighting them a little bit as well. Yeah. We could have really used those Armored Kossars and those Zargard at full HP. In fact, just those 3 units at full HP would have enabled us to hold the 3 choke points so much better than what we're able to do here. But yeah, they could just break through it too well. Alright, now these Boar Boys, the ones that are getting hit by our Lord and stuff, are in pretty bad shape as well, though they haven't lost a lot of models, 21. I would have thought that the Patriarch and the... Did you just hit your own Kossar there, buddy? He wasn't faithful enough. Yeah, I thought that these guys would lose more models, but what can you do? Also, it looks like more enemy units are moving into our key building back there, so it's looking pretty damn dire. Our situation means that we've dropped down to 300 troops out of our 1,700, and they've only lost about 700 of their 2,200, so this is looking like it's nearly done. We just have to continue focusing all the Boar Boys that we can to try to delete them, and just hope that they don't come back and aren't able to be rebuilt. Because if all the enemy can build in this army afterwards is Gobos, then who are they going to attack after? Nobody. And and if they start trying to siege us, then it'll mean enough time for Uragni to probably come back and deal with them, which is what he's going to do after he's done with Goldtooth, well, not the faction, the Greasus himself, as well as that little siege of Zarnagrin. Or was it the Gates of Zar? No, I think it was Zarnagrin. The Gates of Zar is under siege by Goldtooth. Alrighty, well, the enemy Goblin Shaman is doing a pretty good job. 105 kills. Very light damage. I've had the arrow tower going after him for a while, but I kind of regret that. I feel like I should have just had it attack more Boar Boys instead. Might have been able to bring down another unit with it. I don't know what that was, though. Pretty big miss. At this point, we actually have enough money or enough supply to upgrade the tower into a piercing tower, but now I think it's far too late, as we wouldn't be able to get any mileage out of it anyway. In fact, we are down to a total of 96 troops. I'm actually shocked that they haven't routed at this point, or are they in By Our Blood? There we go, there it is. We're in By Our Blood now. We don't even have any Hailstorms left. Our Patriarch and our Ice Witch completely surrounded by tons of Boar Boys and Gobos. Would have been a nice location for a Hailstorm, though I suppose doing damage to the Gobos is irrelevant, as they won't die anyway. And we actually want them to stay in this army, because the AI is not going to delete them, right? It's most likely going to keep them, so you're better off, if you're going to lose, you're better off just killing off all the elites and keeping the garbage units in there. And there we go. A Pyrrhic victory for the Moon Howlers, I guess. Shouldn't it say your faction and the... and the valiant defeat or whatever this is going to be. Well, it's irrelevant. Once again, expected to lose this, not a big deal. Let's see what the damage is to the enemy boar boys and the degree to which we achieved what we wanted to achieve here. Let's hope not too many survived. Alrighty, well, not unexpected. I do think we achieved the main objective that we sought to achieve in that particular battle, which was to destroy as many of the Orc boar boys as we physically could, which is why we targeted them with all of our units instead of the regular gobos, because who cares about the regular gobos? These are the main threat in the army. Even if they're not all that good, they're at least better than gobos. Most of the kills and the damage dealt by our mage there, who we summoned here on purpose because I didn't like her traits and we were never going to use her in a real army, so it's no real loss. This also deletes this army, which means our cash influx is back to a pretty good position, and we could maybe even summon a new army at Darkhold or possibly at Pig Barter. I feel like there's probably a few things that could have made this battle go our way. First of all, the map. If we had a different map, I think we could have done better. I don't particularly like that map because there's just too many ways for the enemy to get around your main force when you're in the center. And yeah, you could back up all the way to the back, but then most of the towers are actually in one of the front positions, so then you can't take advantage of your towers. So not a huge fan of that one on the defensive. Otherwise, I mean, if the garrison was at full strength instead of having like 5 units in it, that would have been great. And in fact, if the garrison was at full strength, they would have had no chance, but obviously we had to fight with them down to like 10% or 5% or something silly. So yeah, it's all good. Oh, good. We were expecting to lose the Tower of Grief eventually, and I think we at least achieved something for our trouble. Eddic wants a peace treaty now, but that's not going to happen because we're going to take the rest of his stuff. Tsar Nagrund is going to get attacked by Novgo Ivkin, but unfortunately we don't have time to do this. He has no chance. He has no chance whatsoever. Our towers will destroy him. This is a walled city siege, so this is a terrible idea on his part, and actually a good thing for us, because when he gets destroyed, Yarogni's not going to have to go back up here, because originally I was thinking we'd have to send Yarogni, or these guys would keep sieging until our forces inside died, and since they won't have to do that, we are going to get the advantage of having Yarogni kill Greasus and then immediately move back to retake Pig Barter, and continue destroying those orcs, hopefully for good, within the next few episodes. But you're going to have to stay tuned for that, because I'm calling it here. We'll start with this next time, and then immediately after attack Greasus with Yarogni, so expect some fun times ahead. Don't forget to leave a like and comment for your friendly neighborhood heretic. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.